Alright. Let's get this story going. Good day, good evening everyone, good afternoon, good middle of the night, good any time and every time that is the time that is your location in the world. It's been a long day. I'm really glad to be here for a bit. Let's review what happened this past week. Last week, big shout out to Millsbeast for picking up because I was unable to be here, but I was able to catch a little bit of their stream, so big thanks to Mills for catching that. Kind Elephant. Hey Kind Elephant, it's good to see you too. You are so kind. I remember your very nice comments on my game, which was a pretty bad game to be honest. We have sweet pineapple sparkling wine. I don't know if I can recommend this, but we're gonna find out because it looked appealing. I want to try it. Alright, so now that we're back in the saddle, we're back doing the recaps. Shall we go through our standard little reviews? Let me just open up all the correct windows here. Get everything kind of set up. Okay, so first things first, as you know, we're going to have a quick look. I probably don't have to see the light at the top of my room. My ring light always reflects in my glasses. I don't know if I should wear my glasses like this, like an old guy. Maybe that doesn't happen. Okay, so first things first. I'm not going to compare to week 4 because I didn't do that prep. But for this week, we are now up to 97 I always want to say ALTs because that's alternate language teacher or whatever. It's something I did for 3 years. Alternates. We're up to 97 alternates registered on the website. So if you go down here, you'll see 97 people. Super good. Season 34, we ended with 107 total. So you can see that we're actually only 10 alternates off from the previous season, which is really good news. It means that we've got some pretty good attention to the league. There could be various reasons. Oh my goodness, that's heavy pineapple. Okay, it could be for various reasons, but it's great to see additional interest. As you know, people can still register late for the season and they'll just get put in alternates. So that's like 15 from 2 weeks ago, which is really good. And also on the screen right now, you'll see that alternates played a lot of games. If you want to try count it, I counted 39 alts playing across all 8 boards. 39, which means there's a lot of people in the league who obviously couldn't play the game or couldn't organize a time. I've never looked at what all the reasons are that people can't play. I'm not one of the team mods, so I don't see, I don't know, something inside that maybe like I do in Lone Wolf. But I would guess that a lot of it is, at least for this week, a lot of it is people who just never seem to respond. There's a lot of red X's and check marks down the pairings list. So maybe there's some people who are just too busy or got a little bit sidetracked with life. Anyway, good to see that we have the odds, massively important. 39 of them played this week. If we move on with another sip to the pairings from this past week. So I actually counted earlier, not all the results were in yet, but I only counted one draw. A small step for a pawn versus rook and rollers. And it looks, oh no, there's a second one. Knight Tyson versus Monkey conversion. Oh, okay, there was a forfeit win here which hadn't been counted yet. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so pretty decisive week 5, right? Got a lot of people playing pretty good games. Jordan, we're headed into round 6. How is the season going so far? I know, right? Yeah, it's kind of insane. I don't know. I feel like, hang on, wasn't it just like round 3 the other day? But yeah, in the space of 2 weeks, we're 2 up, and we're actually, what is it, only 8? How many weeks is this season going? 8 like normal? I mean, in the standings you can see how many it's going to be. 8, yeah. So we're into the second half now. We're into kind of like the last little bit. Hang on, I want to go back to what I was talking about there for a second. But anyway, yeah. So a lot of decisive team games, and actually, although I said I saw a lot of red X's and stuff, I think there's about 13 total kind of forfeited games or scheduled draws or something. So like one, two, because a lot of people actually played late this week, and a lot of the results weren't recorded yet. I guess the mods were kind of waiting. Maybe someone was able to still get a game in, or they just, no one was doing it until right before pairings. But now it seems they've got everything in. So one, two, what's it now? Three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh yeah, okay, so this is actually how many I counted earlier, so that's good news. Yeah, only 11 forfeited or scheduled drawn games, which is pretty good. It's lower than like round 2 or 3 or something, which is pretty nice, so that's pretty good. In terms of the actual team standings, I just looked at the standings briefly earlier. I was tracking 2 weeks ago, I was still tracking a lot of different teams, but it's just too many. So I figured we'd actually just have a look. Oh no, they've actually published early? Guys, you published your results early. What in the world? Okay. Wait, is the pairings out as well? Okay, the pairings aren't out yet, but the results are in. Okay, well, screw it then. Let's just look here, because then I don't have to show any of my calculations. So, the Empire Strikes Back rank has been crashing it. They've won every single game so far. Absolutely amazing. Pretty convincing as well. 5, 6, 7, 5, 6. Well, I guess 5 is not so good, but 7s and 6 is not too bad, right? So they've been having a really fantastic season. You'll see their average rating is rising, obviously, but this is just because of them winning all the time. It's not because they were underrated at the start, I guess. Anyway, clearly still leading on 10 points, with a very, very close second by I suggest you push the F-Pawn. We're the winners from last season, so amazing to see winners from the previous season doing so well this season, because I mean, I didn't really think there was any great way to. There's no like real recipe for success in the team league. There's so much variation, and every season something different happens. Definitely, my own results are all over the place always, but maybe that's one terrible sample to take. But I'm quite impressed to see last season's guys actually still doing incredibly well this season as well. So they're right behind the leaders. Just 1 point behind because they got a draw in the first week. And then I saw this as well. Then we've got 3 more teams on 8 points. Control Alt Defeat, bot winning and 4 mates. Really nice. So for them, yeah, all of them, they had one loss somewhere along the way. And then one loss in a draw. Apologies. Desert Pieces, Hobbymus Bishop Pair, Unmodified Sea Creatures, who were one of the stronger teams last week, as well as Team of Extraordinary Amateur Minds. They also were doing very well last week, but they both lost this week, and so they're dropping a little bit further. Other teams that we've been following, we've turned Barbie's World from Plastic to Tragic. They also lost, so not doing so good, although, you know, my team, our team is way down. I think Jordan, your team and our team was doing about the same. Yeah, Dynasty could be being born, this is pretty good stuff. Stalemates aside, we were looking at Komsky and Kromnik, we were looking at 100 Pawns versus 1 Gorilla, still a really funny name. Bind Marazzi, Bind Tronzu's team, down on 6. I mean, so this is respectable. 3 wins, 2 losses. That's still positive overall, right? Monkey version. Team as in Teamily. Team as in Teamily. Jordan, this is you guys. Yeah, so 2 wins, 3 losses. And, oh man, I was hoping my team would be somewhere around here, but we're even further down. Oh my, whoa, here we are. We've had 4 losses and 1 win. 41st out of 44 teams. Really, really down at the bottom of the barrel in terms of results for this season. Our average rating has probably dropped. We were always the lowest average rated team, weren't we? Or were we the highest? Well, anyway, we're definitely down to the bottom now. 1874 from like an average of 19 something. So our team collectively has dropped a little bit. Very unfortunate. We all blame it on Barbie secretly. He seems to be drinking a lot before his games nowadays. He admitted as much this week. Very, 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 very troubling to see. Anyway, Not forking around having the worst season, obviously. No wins so far. Three out of the 8 boards is really close though. You literally have to win one more game to get a draw, get one more game win and a draw to actually a match win. So yeah, these things are turning on a dime in some cases, I think. Also, in terms of the pairings, I thought I would just call out two interesting things on the wins. I suggest you put your F-Pawn, crushed it, 7 versus 1 against another team who's doing really well. And they actually had a forfeit, like a scheduled draw in there as well, which Matthew Huber, I'm very disappointed in you as a captain. I cannot believe that you did that. But anyway, the only kind of loss they had was the fact that they didn't win, right? So this is a scheduled draw, and then Rapid Play drew against Timothy Haas. So actually, they didn't lose a game. They didn't drop a, I almost said drop a map. Different game. Sorry, they didn't lose anything during this match. So that's a really strong result, obviously. Just supports again the fact that they're having a great season back to back with the previous one so far. And then there was one more team that also had a 7-1 result, which was pretty strong, obviously. Down here, the Catalan Charlatans. So they crushed it, except for the bottom board. Unfortunately, Tsunada couldn't quite get a win out here. Okay, that's not my child. I was sorry for a second. For a second, I heard someone yelling, but I think that's the neighbor's kid now coming home being a little bit unhappy. Man, I get a bit paranoid now about all the screaming. And also in here, I'm super happy again to see Inlance winning because they have had pretty average or even bad seasons the last while. That I was covering their games. They weren't doing too great. So great to see them winning again. I'm sure they're still playing just as fast as they always did. Actually, let me quickly open this and see what their time usage in this game was. Inlance was white. Yeah, 59 minutes. Still crashing ahead. Playing Blitz and Classical. Gotta love them sticking to the on-brand style that they have. All right, so that's that. There's a bunch of other teams that I thought I would look at, but it just it's almost not worth it because there's just too many teams of sitting in the middle of the pack now. So really, we know Empire Strikes Back rank, full wins all the way, and I suggest you push the F-Pawn, 1 draw and 4 wins. So just doing really well, and then a few teams down there trying to catch them perhaps. I also thought I wanted to quickly jump over to the fantasy, and it looks like I didn't open it up. So fantasy, since the results are in per specific game, it doesn't matter if the mod's update or not. AA Control, also back-to-back weeks leading here, just half a point ahead of Guitar Spider, Pineapple, Chiffon Cake, and the two of them. Yeah. So 25 points out of a 5 weeks. So that's 25 points out of a potential 40. So clearly it's hard to get consistently strong results, but they're still leading. Pineapple Chiffon Cake, one of the new, I think they're new to this season. I think this is their first season. And also they are one of the people we know are spectating just so many games, so doing really well with their picks. Guitar Spire did it really great, and then after that we dropped down a bit. Some Rapid Player, Junaf, you're here. The highest cost team isn't doing too badly. Zubinel Kanubi, Feet Bobby, yeah. Fantasy picking better than playing. Mongol Tide did pretty good, Silk Wanderer. Cinema Show, nice. I'm the dot team, and then my result, my picks on my team, right? So same as with the pairings or the standings of the teams, fourth from the bottom. Me and Borja, both from our team, just doing absolutely terrible in the fantasy picks again this week. Sideshow Bob, we're just ahead of them, and then arbitrarily a random team not doing so great. So yeah, I don't know. AI Control doing really, really well. Actually, let's go quickly and see who their team is. Susie Dent, good choice. Obviously, name goes here. Good choice. Timothy Half, Funny Like a Clown, Rolly Klachla, Kostas Viel, and Said Nominee, and Rob W. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Let's also. Who's the other team that was doing so good? Pineapple Chiffon Cake. Pineapple Chiffon Cake. JCHF, Dr. Chess Dad, AA Control, nice. Picking the leader in your own picks. Robert Jackson, the Storming Eagle, and Kostas VL, and Fork 2020, and RJ Horror. Okay, so it's really actually a lot different, right? It's nice that it's not like the same people that everyone's picking doing well. And then Guitar Spider, who did you pick? Uh-oh, what did I do? Oh, here we go. Guitar Spider. Also Susie Dent, Astronominov, Cobalt Wave, Val 1313, Jonov, Prostate Dude, The Hippie King, and Carl Berdi. I mean, I actually just know about half the picks of most of these guys, so interesting to see different players in there. Chess Runner, how to get good in fancy with only 6 players. Oh, tough stuff, man. Um, where would I find your team? Let's see. Who did you have? Feet Barbie, Guitar Spider, Lemuel Gullible, Omertal, Transu, Tristan Brown, Cinema Show, and Jay Comedy. Wait, so who's not playing? Lemuel Gullible and someone else? Tristan Brown? Who's dropping out of your team then? Because I mean, I actually recognize everyone in your team. One of the rare picks where people actually, where you picked actually people I know, but I don't know who's not playing. Feet is playing, Spider is playing, or Myrtle I think is playing. Trans is playing, Cinema Show is playing, J Comedy is playing. So Tristan Brown, Nimel Gullible, maybe Immortal. Those are the only ones that I'm not completely sure about. But yeah, I feel for you. That's a tough one. That's no fun. 1 second. Yes. Oh, okay. The other thing I thought I might want to quickly look at is Lone Wolf, but you know, Lone Wolf actually runs on a slightly different schedule, so we aren't finished with the week 3 results. And also because it's only 3 weeks, you know, still a lot of people are going to do really well. Pretty tasty. Isn't that last season? Oh no! Do you think I picked out the wrong seasons? Yeah, you're right. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I went all the way over. Here you are. Oh, Marlin and oh no! Okay, yeah, I know about Marlin. Hunterwood, I don't know. NXN, Osterstal, Jaros, Johan Timon, and Quokka. Okay, yeah. Oh man, okay. I was actually wondering if I would talk about this, but since it's in your pick, yeah, Marlin is out. They have been closed. They've been marked. We don't know if it's cheating. There are other ways you can get marked as well. As always, this information doesn't get shared out because you know you don't want to like blame and shame too much, I guess. The point is just they have violated the terms of use in some way, I think. So yeah, and also they were the top pick for board 1. Oh my goodness! Actually, this is a bit tough. Hey, so many people probably did their games get reworked to 0? So everyone who picked them and they're a popular pick just like lost their results. Oh, that is tough. More like Marlin out. Yeah, am I right? Yeah, Marlin and out, eh? That's a tough one. Okay, sorry, Tommy, I kind of messed up the things there, but I still don't know which other player you don't have. Board 8 got red carded with 0 games played. Oh, that's tough. Quokka. Yeah, that's an unfortunate one. I'm sorry for you. That's a tough one indeed. Oh, man. I feel for you a little bit, man. That's sorry times. Oh, hang on. So wait, was I looking at the wrong stuff the whole time? Oh no. Okay, so I started off right, and then I accidentally clicked somewhere, and the whole thing messed me up. All right. Okay. Okay. The other thing I wanted to talk about quickly was Lone Wolf. We obviously know that Finns is playing. It's really fun. I had a great time covering their game. I watched the video today, and yeah, clearly the way they were looking at the position was different. Sometimes I'd be like, aha, I think it's to do this. And they're like, okay, well, it's not to do that, but it's to do these 3 things. So, yeah, a lot of learning for me in terms of what I thought they were thinking about versus what they were thinking. But the analysis part I got, and I was right about what the Banana Monkey was going to play. And I'm super excited as we get into, because this is 11 weeks compared to our team league, it's longer, right? 11 weeks. So there's a lot more time for the standings to kind of stretch out and for people to be fighting at the top. And I'm super keen to see like Finns versus some Raptor player versus Silk Wanderer, like versus the people who we know to be very strong. Isa Volpus isn't playing here, unfortunately. So I mean, I'd love to see them face off against some of the like veteran strong players in the league. I think it'll be super fun. Clearly, they would still be the favorite, I assume, but yeah, I would be really excited for those games if they come up as well. Oh, and oh, Mills, oh, the tears. Well, I think Mills basically said in their stream for the Lone Wolf one, this like, okay, here the chances of playing Finns go to die or something. So yeah, they were facing tough competition and they weren't able to get the win. I think so. Yeah, that's an unfortunate one, but it happens. But yeah, Lone Wolf different timing, and also it's still early days. Really, I don't think in 3 weeks we'll be able to really clean out who's crushing it just yet. In terms of double wins, we still have. Oh, there's some XX wins as well, which is a bit unfortunate. But down to 18. So 18 players are sitting on 2-on-2. And you can calculate it, but I don't want to calculate 18 different people. It's too many. All right. Good learning experience to compare. Yeah, yeah. So Tommy, exactly as you say, hey, the chance to kind of try and apply my mind to the game and then listen afterwards and hear what Finns was saying about the position is very interesting, and very educational and quite humbling, to be frank. Um, I still feel like I could go further, but I also realize that there's just like the way when Isavolpus like posted the other day in Slack, you can just tell stronger players just have a better way of thinking about the games, you know? Um, I mean, the gap between me and you is already like so large. Like having you explain a position versus what I think, yeah, very interesting. And yeah, always trying to improve, I guess, as we go. Okay, so we're almost at the new pairings. I'm gonna go back here. I'm not gonna cheat it. I'm actually just gonna wait. I don't think there's any need to make a big rush. I do have a few other points I could mention so long. I know, for instance, series, and now I'm gonna actually just use the Slack as a chat here. So, series general. I know series is currently running. How are we now? Like week 2 or 3 or something. Anyway, it's still going. I gotta admit, when I looked at the groups here, and I saw masters and candidate masters and groups B and C and D and so on, it looks really enticing. I actually, looking at this, I thought, man, I'd be really excited to play here. Except that the time control is so damn long, and I don't want to play a 5-hour chess game online. So I guess the series is still not for me, but yeah, it is really interesting. It's a very enticing kind of idea. I do like that. Keep the suspense. Yeah, let's keep the suspense a little bit. I'm sure someone's going to try and like URL cheat it, but it's okay. We'll see it in sufficient time. Hey, Akshak! Oh, Akshak! Akshak, my friend. I sent you a message on Lichess. Do respond to me. I hope you're doing well. Um, nice to have you here. Alright, the other thing I wanted to say was Rapid Battle. We know Rapid Battle is... Here's Rapid Battle. Rapid Battle is actually entering the elimination stages, I think. If we look at the schedule here, 16th is today, elimination stage. So, pool table, standings. Where would the elimination stage be? I don't know. Anyway, let's see if I see anyone here. Akshak, you're in there. You are in there. Elwie is in here. Shambi Meeks is playing in here. Grizzly J308. Okay, I see some people I know. Ellie, some rapid player. It's a Secret is playing here. Sarahwin, Feet Barbie, Art of the Pawn Storm, Silk the Wanderer, FWC. Goodness me, I actually, you know what I'm realizing? A lot of the regulars in the league actually play multiple different different leagues in the community all the time. Okay, cool, Akshak, I'll check it out, man. Yeah, I guess I just don't really do that anymore. I play 15 plus 10 either on stream or on chess.com, just like kind of separately. But even like just reading here, I didn't know that everyone else like over here was playing. Gavilance is playing Rapid Battle. Gavilance has kind of disappeared, right? I haven't seen them really talk much. They haven't been too active in Lone Wolf recently. Hope they're doing well though. But anyway, series is a bit too serious. Yeah, indeed. 9 plus 30. I mean, yeah, if it was FIDE rated, I'd be fucking down, man. I'd have to chat with my wife a little bit about things, but I'd be so keen. Alright, so yeah, so Lone Wolf is also going to week 4, but the timing is slightly different, right? That's kind of tomorrow, it's not today, so we have a bit more time to figure that out. Also, shout out to Mr. Scribbles. The Scribs, where's the Simul? 4545 Simul. So the Scribs did pretty well. They played a reverse blindfold. Oh, did I open the wrong link? It's just loading. That was probably the wrong link. Oh, that was not the link. This is the link. They played a reverse blindfold simul for everyone rated. Is it 1800? Oh goodness, my internet's gone down, isn't it? Oh no. No, internet, don't do this to me. There we go. Okay, cool. They call it the Lothlorien Simul, so another double shout out to Mr. Scripps for naming it after Lord of the Rings lore. Awesome stuff. Yes, and they got a really good result, 7 wins, 2 losses. I think they realized, I think they wrote it somewhere, they realized that the reverse blindfold simul, they had a bit too much time to like do it, so they couldn't quite balance the advantage versus the disadvantage at their time, so they tried not to use all their time. But anyway, so great result for them, obviously 7 wins, 2 losses. But admittedly also playing, because this is casual, right? It doesn't impact your actual rating. Playing a reverse blindfold simul is kind of fun, right? And especially because you get to chat to everyone else here while all the games are going on. You can see here the Mr. Scribbles was logged in with the 4545 League account, so they can chat here, and everyone else is playing can also. I mean, even if you're not playing, you can technically chat, I think. But yeah, so this is really fun. The time zone for me was a disaster. I couldn't play at that time of day, but yeah, pretty cool. And I'm glad that they got a few people playing, which is really nice. Yeah. Hey, Gary. Glad to have you here. Does mean you see even better? Unfortunately not. Federated tournaments in Japan. Yeah, we've got a few. I mean, if you compare it to like Europe and America, it doesn't. I mean, you can't compare, obviously. If you look, I'll quickly kind of diverse. NCS Japan is our Japanese chess federation, and I'll go to English, and I'll go to the tournament information for tournaments locally, and then you can see here, so in this year's calendar there's federated events. 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8, you know. So 8 for one country, I would say not the worst. They're all unfortunately probably happening. Oh, one of them is happening in Hokkaido, which is way far away, but really cool. And most of them are obviously happening in, whatchamacallit, in Tokyo. So a little bit unfortunate for me, I can't go all the way, but it's still fine. Oh, pairings time. Okay, let's do it. Hey, we got back to my face. That's always fun. Oh, I meant to click here. Alright, refresh. Let's go. Transu, did you pick up the pairings? You didn't? Oh, this is going to be really good. So we've got the Empire Strikes Back rank, the leaders versus the second runner-ups. I guess you push the F-pawn, just 1/2 point behind. So even if they draw, this is still decisive because they're not on the same amount of points. Oh, very good. Alright, so, and again, right, I don't actually know half the players. Oh, Crazy Wayne isn't available. Upgoer 5, I've seen their name. Ecop 2000, I've seen their name. Colton M. Totland, I've seen their name. I think I covered them once. Junaf, we know. Junaf, you're in the chat now. Big congrats again to having an amazing season again, it seems. Matthew Huber, we know at least. Lorb, I know of. Warfield, I know of. And that's it, you know, like it's all people I don't really know. So I really hope that, or maybe it's a bit of selfish hope, I want people to be more involved in the Slack. I want to see them like chatting and talking and get to know them a little bit more, but clearly not everyone has time to do all that stuff, so I should just be glad that they're playing. But yeah. Jordan says, I'm giving series a go. More time to consider bad ideas and moves on live stream is a bit more exhausting. Yeah, but Jordan, I'm so jealous of the amount of time you have, hey, but I guess you don't have like the new baby situation. Your kids are a bit older, right? I already asked Jordan on the side, like, how do you find the time for all this chess with your kids? But they're older, right? So that's cool. Fork, I mean, is playing in the league, so yeah. Gary's exciting part about being near the bottom of the league is the added suspense in watching the stream. Yeah, it's you know, we might scrape, we might hit rock bottom, and then there's only one way to go, or we might kind of just, you know, it I don't think that reference will matter. But anyway, it reminds me about playing like hide and seek in a swimming pool. You try and like stay right towards the bottom, like swim underneath someone else kind of thing. All right, so this is going to be like a team match to watch out for because this is the two leading teams, and one of them will probably lose, which means they'll drop, and some of the third placed kind of tied teams will be able to leapfrog them and take second place. So yeah, the season's still not over. Yeah, there's still a lot going on here. Control of the feet, bot winning, Habermas, Bishop pair, and four mates. I actually think these are the other teams that are doing so well. Let me actually open the standings separately on the side quickly. Control of the feet, bot winning, and four mates. Okay, these are the other teams that are also very close. So here, here, and here. These three teams are currently very, very close to leapfrogging. One of them might be able to. Alright, let's have a look here. Road to beating Fins. I mean, isn't this just such a flippin' amazing name? I gotta think though, did this account, Transo, you might know, did they rename themselves? Is that, I thought you could only change capitalization, or are we allowed to change our username once? Because Road to Beating Fins was not part of the names when the season started, as far as I know, right? But it is an amazing name. Big congrats to that. That's a really, really good one. Carlos Magnuson, at least I know of. Pat K 74 Cardigans. Kaimate's the player I used to cover. They've kind of decided to stop the videos a little bit, but it's been really fun. They play a lot of stuff I don't play, so it's been really interesting to review their games and kind of look at the theory a little bit, and then all the different tactics that came out of it. So, and they've been having a really good season as well. Yeah, win. They've had an amazing season. So clearly they came in a little bit underranked. I think they've jumped a board as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, these are pretty close. So I believe that's the case. You might see them chatting in general a little bit. They like to ask some questions, generally to the group nowadays, I think. Nick Sekors, Road is new. Yeah, Road is new, right? But is it new like an alternate that joined and got put in a team? Or new like someone changed? You can't rename. So what? They were an alt that joined and got put into a team? Because it's got to be to some degree new, right? Let's go, I suggest push the F pawn. Jordan's just not sleeping. Yeah, 3 hours and coffee. Let's go. Let's go Monday. Jordan, I can't. I can't, buddy. I need sleep. I can't do this no sleeping life. I struggle. Actually, I'm trying to reset my sleeping pattern a little bit to get to bed a bit earlier again, because I'm actually sleeping later and later every day right now. And on Monday, I go back to work. So I'm going to die. Yeah, the Lichess account opened in April. Yeah, Nick, but I don't. My point was that I don't think they were in the league. I don't remember them actually. You know what? I can do this myself. I don't. Why am I making this? Yeah, they're board 2 for bot winning, and here they've played one game. Yeah, so this is the thing. They didn't start the season. They joined late. Like they came in as an alternate and then took someone's spot permanently. I think is basically what happened here. Yeah. But anyway, amazing name. Super, super cool name, I think. That's really fun. Marazzi, sorry, and by the way, they're playing Lloyd Red. Carlos Maxson back. So, yeah, this is another one to look out for. And then obviously here, four mates versus Habermas Bishop pair. Tommy, you're in here. I hope you're doing well. Thanks again for sharing your OTB stuff. It's really fun to read. Against Jesse HF, I feel like you guys have played before. Anyway, good luck. Hunter Widow 5, I don't know them, but I know you picked them. Wait, did you pick half your team? Is that who you picked in your fantasy picks? Astronominov is here, very good. Omertal is playing, but they are not available this week. Okay, Timon, STC Lion, something made a ping. My leeches made a ping. Okay, I'll get to my leeches in a bit. If it's someone watching who feels they want to challenge me, I appreciate it, but I still have yet to make a play viewers video, so kind of wasting your time. I'm not playing anyone right now. There's a pieces versus unmodified sea creatures, so Rufus and Doofus versus Quillet, that'll be nice. Bone Collector, Dutch chess player, LC69, I know. Oh, I think my son's finally sleeping. Oh, and already a green tick. Jadenon is very quick. Rankwijs Learning. Oh, Rankwijs is one of our newest subscribers. Hello, Rankwijs. Also a name I don't think I've seen. Yeah. Oh, alternate ball 5. Here we go. Okay, hang on. Okay, so Rotovins is an alt. No? No, they're the board too. Okay. I keep trying to think I can explain something to myself, but I can't. Rankwijs is an alternate though. They're board 5 alternate for this round for unmodified sea creatures. All the best. Hope it's a great game. Prostitute is here versus Fibbits. I'm not sure what Fibbits is. Sounds familiar though. Quadrix. I picked my team except myself. Makes sense. I also think that's worked out better for you than it has for me, unfortunately. Bobby isn't even here. I'm like trash talking my teammate and he's not even online, so it's not fun. Cape St. George, who hasn't played black all the time, I think. Let's see, oh my goodness, they still have had 3 out of 4 white games. Because they had didn't they have 8 white games in a row last season? Insane. 8 games versus nobody liked my suggestion. Can I go like this to see them? Oh, there's one. Oh no, then I don't know. Okay, but I thought they had basically white games all the time, or something like that. Saquin is here. Saquin is an alt though, isn't they? Yeah, they're an alternate, but they're playing, which is great. Timothy Har versus J3084. That'll be good. Pope 123, I know a little bit. Quebec. Rick Range Chess 6 versus Dynamic Commander. We reviewed one of their games versus Kaimate Keto. I know. Isa Volpus, who just... Oh man, we need to get them talking more. They are clearly very, very, very good. And not just number-wise, but the analysis they gave in the drama channel, I was so impressed. Versus Mr. One More, who I found on X. They are somewhere in Southeast Asia, I think, if I'm not mistaken. JW Wells is here. I don't know their opponent though. Sarkinus is here. I don't know their opponent though. Marky Mark. I don't know their opponent though. Adande isn't playing, so Topspin 15 have to wait. Gilbert is playing Bob Sarzer. Gilbert is having a good season, right? Jordan, I think you called him out to say good season. Win, loss, win. Wow, yeah. Very good. Performance rating of 2051. You know, with an actual rating of 1878. That's pretty amazing. Congratulations. That's really nice. Gary says, wow, Milan Blove Flippy, so glad I didn't have to do this. Hey, I'm so glad you did this last week, man. Thank you very much. I was super happy that you did. I was glad I could tune in a little bit. But I am glad to do it again because I like it so much. Yeah. Mills Flippy just roasted us. What did he say? I was roasting Bobby, but Bobby isn't here. It's kind of like, you know, if he's for real sad about chess right now, then that's not fun, you know. Then I have to go hug him until he feels better so I can punch him again. It's only fun if the other person can take it, otherwise no fun at all. Which is why I wish he would stop sometimes if I'm having a bad day. Queen of Hearts, I think, is playing as an alternate. No, she's board 7? I thought or maybe she was considering being alternate. I don't know. And then Mongrel Tiger also sometimes comes to the stream. Hello, Mongrel Tiger. Doing pretty okay on the fantasy as well. Carp of Deer versus 100 Pawns is 1 Gorilla. Snow Death Buffer Underrun. Here you are, if you're still in the stream. I hope that'll be... Snow Death's pretty strong. That's going to be a fun game. Funny Like a Clown. Someone I got complimented by, I don't know, a few weeks ago or last season, I forget. And now I always like them because it was such a nice comment. We just turned Bobby's World from Plastic to Tragics over here. So It's a Secret is playing Chatakuma. Oh, I covered one of the games. Meeks is playing Conrador. And Shonoff is playing Amanda. I always, at the start, couldn't figure out if Shonoff's name started at S or like the O's at the front are part of the name. Val13, hope you're doing well, buddy. It's been a long time. FWC, same to you. Hope you are doing well, buddy, as well. Serenity Pigeon, Speeder versus Pineapple Chiffon Cake, and Down Home versus Aurich. Oh man, I actually might watch this out of like a parental thing. 2 captains, 2 parents. Down Home recently saw a bison with their kids or something. Seems really fun. I can't wait to go safaring in South Africa with my child when they're old enough to actually understand what they're looking at. My wife loves it. I love it. It's really, really fun times. And Oreg, I hope you're doing good. Alp Arslan, already a little green tick. Oh, hang on. Expressed regret at picking his teammates. No! Yeah, roasting Bobby's allowed. I didn't express regret at my teammates. I just like roasting Bobby. Yeah, only because he roasts back. So that's why it's fun. Alp Arslan is playing a Chris Jansen. Isn't Alp also a coach? Jordan, maybe you will know. I feel like they said something like that, like some of their students something. I know Meeks actually coaches some people as well over there. I would love to coach. I just need to be better at chess first, right? Actually, a friend of mine is starting chess, and I did a little chat with him recently on stream. That was really fun. Hakamura. Niraku Hakamura is doing okay. Nestor is here. Farsia Wolfies. Oh no! Farsia Wolfies. Big shout out to Warcraft 3 fans again. Miss Rob is here. Transu already. You already messaged BPAC. So I hope that game will be good. Skillock and Rob625 is Icky Demon. Yakamashi, who isn't Japanese, versus Derbo. Alps gives out Lafite 98. Alch or Orc. So on Slack, their name is actually just this. And I told them maybe you should change it, to be to rules correct. But it turns out they've been doing this for a long time. Oh shit, I just realized my drink's done. Oh, that's incredibly disappointing. I was really enjoying the sugar. Anyway, I don't know if you would say Orc or Alch. For me, it sounds like Alch feels better because of how I pronounce the whole of it, but if I just read that, I would say Orc for sure. Alright, rest in peace, pineapple fruity thing. Andrew Rimmer is over here. You check me, I check you. Lepensko and Cosmo Ups. Yeah, I know some of those names at least. Chances, you want to check out Baboons Behind with the whole family. Yes, I remember that, and yes, indeed, we did do that some time ago. Gone Nowhere, shout out for their game versus Finns, and Sidfan DX. Isn't Sidfan Sidfan DX. Let's see. No, they've played a long time actually. Multiple seasons, Lone Wolf and Lichess. And they've played since round 3 this season. Interesting. Oh, they're an alternate. Okay. Well, they're playing a fair amount though. Pretty good. Pulse with Ants. Computer users. Yeah, I feel like computer users dropped a bit. Weren't they 2000? Cinema Show. Said nominee. And Falston. Shout out to Falston as well. And Rob W. Some rapid player is playing Urja. I don't know. SRP. No idea. Susasun, Pausius, Sina. Yes, I know Sita. They were playing a very interesting game against Sakwin in that Simul we played 2 months ago. 1 month ago. Saijo Bob, captain, but struggling in the fantasy, right? Srinivas. Don't really know anyone else. Here's Enlance again. Very nice versus Leo Siu. Nope, got nothing. NW Windsor versus Mori. And Mori already messaged. Very on top of it, aren't they? Butter Pecan versus Naveen George. Okay, I have a question actually. I saw Mori's rating of 2000 and for some reason that sparked it. My question is, my classical rating has only been league games for like literal years at this point, I think. I don't play any pool games on my classical rating. I don't play the warm-up, like arena, nothing. My question is, do you think that is valuable or do you think that is pointless? So would you play pool games to up your rating? Because I know, for instance, Gilbert suggested this before this season started. Go play some pool games, get your rating up, play on a board you want to play on or something like that. Because honestly, on a board up, my results might be exactly the same. I don't know how much it really matters which board I'm playing on versus my results. Yeah, in terms of like a certain margin. But I don't really know if it matters much. So Kind Elephant, you said valuable. Transit, you said depends on what your goal is. Gilbert wants to tough its opponents. That makes sense. My goal was always to try and kind of see if I'm improving. Because I started with like a 1700 rating in the leagues, and now I'm a 19 something. But I also implode like I did last week. So clearly there's... But it's only so many games, because in classical, I only play like league games X weeks in a year, so there's only so many sample games going. So yeah, I don't know if it's worth it, but I can never quite bring myself to change the pattern. I always like, no, the classical rating is only for the league games. It's kind of like the feeling I have. Yeah, certainly I think League Pool is tougher. So yeah, I do think League Pool is tougher for sure. The fact that people can prepare for you, right? I had a Nimzo last week, but my opponent obviously knew that I've been playing the same-ish, like back to back to back in Rapid and every other thing last while. So yeah, okay. So I guess Transfer, you're basically kind of telling me the thing that I'm trying to do. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else does it. I think maybe other people just kind of play classical anyway, whatever. They don't care. Maybe I'm one of the only ones that kind of do this silly thing to themselves. Anyway, I wanted to share this. Thank you very much for giving me some answers at least. Anyway, so Maury's playing Windsor, which to me looks a bit like a WinZip thing program on Windows 95. Let's continue. Chess Dad, that's a different Chess Dad, 1979. Man, there's a lot of Chess Dads here. Oh, I'm a Chess Dad as well. Wait, are you a Chess Dad if you play chess or if your kids play chess? Maybe if your kids play chess, so maybe not yet. Susie is playing Razorneck. Gospel Gambit is out for this week. That's rare. Jordan, you're playing Rusby VM, and you haven't messaged yet. Go message. Stop driving. Go message. USW. I can't pronounce that. The person I lost to last week, the unpronounceable darkness. They're playing D the man. Happy Daffodil is out, so Summit D has to wait. And Emma as in Emily is playing Jose. Jose, good luck. I hope you have a great game. Fork is playing Fox Leon or something. I'm putting on a fake accent, I guess. I saw them also beating my teammate in. Oh yeah, last week. Congrats to Fork for that. And Barbele is playing Osumarco. Good luck, Barbele. Still called the Wanderers playing Rio. Don't know Rio at all. I used to follow Silk, but they are very quiet. They don't talk in the Slack, right? They just play the games. Mennonite is playing Iron Galaxy, and Intertemporal is playing no one just yet. We have to wait. Moki is against Zubin El Ganubi. Mr. Scrubs is against the Jockinator. Zach Newton Atomic Morpheus over here. And Jay Carmody is playing Electric Falcon. Nice stuff. Oh, Night Fury. Night Fury, you're on board 1? When did that happen? Oh, you guys are very close. Okay, so maybe maybe this week. Congratulations on reaching board 1. I hope it's great. You're playing Zugged57. I don't know it, but I hope I can watch a bit of the game. Good luck. I'll be cheering for you. Sampagna Suralisti, who I said was an Italian name, but Bobby told me that's not Italian, so apologies for my racist remarks. Stefan15 is playing Betolini. Gray Sensei is playing Megalodon. Oh, Megalodon was a nice guy. Simon, I think. We played them earlier in the season. Pepe Pipote versus Entridos. Flying Fred, Mr. Blunderful, which is a fun name. Neerwolf. Neerwolf is French, I think. I posted recently the IM who beat me in the Kobe Open last year, November, who's kind of re-sparked my interest in doing this YouTube stuff. Julian Song. He is just exploding right now. He's on chess.com. They're interviewing him. He's one of the coaches and something. I don't know. He like organized some exhibition match against someone. I forgot who. One of the the also famous streamer ladies. Anyway, he's exploding big time. And Neerwolf gave me some comments which makes it sound like they are actually French and obviously see the local media, which was really interesting. So yeah, that was pretty good. Sorry, I missed a few. Transit, you say you do like I do. I do have an alt account though, where I can occasionally play classical if I want. Okay. Just putting in a little alt classical. Very nice. Gary says Chessdad writes a really good blog. Oh, interesting. Gary, can you link one of the blogs? I don't know it. I'd be interested to go see it. And Tresor and I haven't played outside the League Rapid Classical in years. Oh wow. Okay. But also, Tommy, you're actually playing OTB a lot as well, aren't you? Because I don't have a lot of OTB. I don't really want to go to the clubs. Sometimes because I have to it always takes like an hour to get there. Then I play like 1, maybe 2 games, come back, then like my whole Sunday's done. I love tournaments, but the outlay for a club game for me is always a bit kind of like I don't know if it's worth it. Yeah, I wish I had a bit more of like an easily accessible OTB kind of situation. Oh yeah, but I'm surprised you haven't played Rapid outside of the leagues either. But I guess the fact that you have so much OTB makes it easier. Gary, please link me one of the blogs. Where am I now? Night Fury. So yeah, Night Fury. Let's do it. I'm hoping that you'll do one on board one. Silly Door. N-Seekers over here. I've played N-Seek as well. Now they're board 2. Goodness me. Congratulations. Name goes in here. Board 3 now. They've dropped a bit, I guess. Elwie is also here. This is a pretty good team, I guess, in terms of just like names I know. Jefferson Adams Simp for my queen. I don't know their bottom boards. Taxiway and Super Fighter, I know. I had like a little thing about Super Fighter a season ago because they had like back-to-back scheduled draws or something. But, it was just a thing that happened there. I don't actually know if it was that common. Best Pilot Ever, which I think is a fun name. Hepatia is board 3 now, so they're out of my reach after losing to them. We know Rappy Play. Art of the Pawn Storm, who's been streaming a bit as well. Storming Eagle. Wow, already one organized game. Well done. And I don't know the other players so well. Terra M Team, shout out for them playing Finns, and good luck playing Bad Player. Another incredibly strong player to face back to back. I always cheer for the underdog. It's difficult though with Finns though, because it's kind of fun to watch him. He's a nice guy, so I cheer for him and his opponent, I guess. Sarah One is playing Juan Leon. Rolly Glacha is over here against Jay Hito. Titor BJ Fletcher against Teeter. And Rib Rub Rib is not in for this week. Oh, and here's my team's situation, I guess. Yeah. I play only blitz outside the league, but very slow blitz. What's very slow blitz? Like 5 plus 10. Is that slow blitz? I don't know. I'm terrible at blitz. I'm absolute trash at blitz. Rapid I'm okay in, but even there I run out of time because I get kind of caught up in like the thinking. Yeah, it makes me think I might not be that good at chess. I'm really frustrated with my inability to just be amazing at this game because I really like it. I wish I was so much better. But the fact that I have my whole life ahead of me to try to get better, it's kind of exciting in its own right, I guess. Just having so many years to keep on trying, then getting old enough to be like, oh, I used to be good. Yeah, I hope I'm still a bit away from that though. I want to keep on improving for a while. So, Feet, you're playing Lopez Asqueves. I butchered that, I'm sure. Duncan is playing H8 Danny. Nice. Mills is playing AA Control. And Mills, I feel like I saw you say that you've played them multiple times. Where did I see that? Was that a Slack message or here on the stream? But anyway, AA Control. So yeah, welcome back to your familiar opponent. I hope you guys will have a good time. I'm playing Shamdi, who I also think I've played actually. Yeah, actually. Hang on. I think I've played them before. Leech's profile. Games with you. Yeah, I've played them once before. A billion million years ago in Classical. 10 months ago. I won. Yes. I was rated 1881. That was my comeback. Plus 19. Goodness me. Clearly both of us had a big variable. That was a Queen's Gambit accepted Classical Defense Rubinstein. Ah, yes. I say yes, but I don't actually have a clue what happened, and I'm not that comfortable with the Queen's Gambit accepted, so I tend to just kind of play it safe sometimes. Gary is playing the Ravers, Borja's playing Iron, Kamakura's playing Dave Giltinen, and Dama's playing Red Devil. Nice, okay, well, I see some green ticks, so that's pretty good. I hope that will be a fun week. Our team could use a win. Fisher Random versus the Titans. Big Boss, Tomsley, Lilach over 9,000. Tristan Brown is playing here. The brownie points. Simon was here. High Cup. NRV, I know. I've covered them. And Prepare for Mayhem versus Not Forking Around. Two of these players are not around though, so Past Night. So Chestrix and Billy Sprinkle might actually get forfeit wins unless someone takes this up. Definitely they want to play though. Oh, Slugman's in here as well. I know them. I think I've played them before. Nice, okay. So pretty good week looking like. Kind of interesting. Yeah. I haven't played Exchange. Played just very slow. 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 is very slow blitz. I guess it's all relative. In my mind, 5 plus 3. I play. Well, what do I play? I play whatever's on the front page of Lichess, I guess. Oh, yeah, so 5 plus 3 is what I play if I play blitz, I guess. But that's very slow blitz. Okay, I guess in the range it's fairly slow. Anyway, great. Kind Elephant, thank you very much. You are, as your name suggests, very kind. I appreciate it. And Gary, it's only leaking prep if I lose, right? I won that game, so what you gonna do? Anyway, that brings us to the end of all the pairings. And I think also that's kind of about 1 hour, which is probably how much we should be streaming this kind of stuff. The standings, the Empire Strikes Back rank, who now has a logo. It's in my It's in my screen here, but you can see the Empire Strikes Back rank. Really fun logo. I thought that was pretty cool. Nice little whatchamacallit. But anyway, inspired kind of shout out. I don't know which version of what the posters or whatever had something like this, but I can see this is really nice, kind of like Jedi inspired, Star Wars inspired. So that was really cool. I hope that it will be a great season for them, but I do hope that we'll see a great kind of game here out of the top 2 teams. That's going to be really good, I think. The slowest on Lichess. Yeah, fair enough. I guess it makes sense. 5 plus 3 definitely feels more like 10 plus 0. I guess so. I don't play millions of different time controls. I play 15 plus 10 and 45 plus 45 right now. Yeah, if I have time to play a game, I play a slower rapid game so I can try and think about the position and stuff. Like today, we were walking in the mall and my wife and my mom were going to shop a tiny bit, so I was like, cool, I'm watching the kid, I'm going to play a game. And I was crashing it, plus 3 twice in the same game against Tarash. But I can't walk the kid and make his, like, it's too much, and then I messed up. So tough life. I would call something like 5 plus 5 also blue, but Lichess calls it rapid. 5 plus 5 is rapid. Interesting. Yeah, I forgot. I think someone recently actually explained the logic of how Lichess does their rapid and blitz and classical time frames. Like 1 plus 40 could be classical, I think, or something like that. There was that kind of conversation. Oh, that was in the Finns games we covered. Yeah, there was some conversation there which seemed very interesting, but I guess that is outside of the scope of the situation. It doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, fast blitz for me is definitely getting to the low end. Or very slow blitz, I guess, just maybe confused, because 5 plus 3 doesn't feel incredibly slow to me. But okay, let's call it then. I think this was a great amount of chatting. I'm rooting against them. Fair enough. You can root for the other team. That's also acceptable. That's not bad. Yeah, I think it assumes 40 moves as average. Fair enough. I don't actually remember the logic, but it's one of those things that you could ask someone who knows better. Yeah, that's it. We'll see when the Lone Wolf games get paired again, who Fins is playing this week and who can cover them. I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited for my team's games this week. This is my last week of 3 months of paternity leave, so I have no idea what's going to happen next week when I go back to work. I really hope I'll be able to continue streaming and playing. Probably I can, but I gotta be flexible in terms of what is required at home. We are learning as we go. First kid, no parents living with us long term, so yeah, or at least in the close distance. Alright, so I'm going to call it in. Thank you very much everyone for joining. I really appreciate having some people to chat to. I gotta admit, coming out with the Monday recap for me is a lot of fun. So if you enjoy it as well, I'm really happy. If you're new to this, please subscribe. It's also the only way you can chat. I put that up because it forced a few more people to just kind of subscribe to join the conversation, which is nice. While I had my 3 months off, one of those months I poured into YouTube basically. The last 4 weeks or so, I tried so many different things. It was really fun. The channel has grown quite a bit, but yeah. Anyway, hobbies are hobbies. We gotta still do some serious life stuff as well. Let's say it would be league win with a big Atrix. Yeah, fair enough. That could be a way to go. All right, so thank you very much for joining. Stay safe, take care, have a great week. Message your opponent. If you can't play, please grab an alternate. There are so many of them, and they are definitely playing as well. Yeah, and see you again in the next stream. It might be chatting to my friend about him joining Lichess and starting to play his own games. It might be my game. I doubt there will be a coverage stream this week, but I could try squeeze one in. And yeah, let's make it a great week. Stay safe, take care, and all the best. See you in the next one. Bye bye.